Cowboys fans are in shock, and they have every reason to be. A stunning NFL decision involving a Dallas star has ignited outrage across the fanbase, raising serious questions about fairness, timing, and respect for one of the league's biggest franchises. Social media exploded within minutes, analysts are divided, and the fallout could impact Dallas far beyond this single moment. What exactly happened, and why does it feel like the Cowboys were singled out again? Stay locked in because this controversy is far from over. Unbelievable, what the NFL just did to a Cowboys star has fans furious. You won't believe how this unfolded, how it's tearing up social feeds, and why this moment could change everything for Dallas. Picture this, the biggest stage, millions watching, and in a split-second chaos. Today we're breaking down the move that has Cowboys fans exploding online, the shocking reaction from analysts, and what this means for the playoff race moving forward. Just days after a dramatic win that should have lifted morale, the NFL shook the Cowboys organization and fired up their supporters like never before. A Cowboys star, one of their most explosive playmakers, has been hit with a suspension that nobody saw coming. Not from performance issues, not from injury, but from a league ruling so controversial that fans from Dallas to Detroit are chanting unfair louder than a packed stadium on 4th and goal. So what actually happened? During last week's game, late in the fourth quarter, this Cowboys standout was involved in a collision that in normal football fashion looked like part of the game. Brady-level hits, crunching shoulders, bodies flying. That's football. But this one play caught the league's attention, and now, after reviewing tape, the NFL handed down a punishment that's sending shockwaves through the league. A suspension. Multiple games. Zero debate. NFL officials claim the hit violated safety rules. They point to contact that, they say, put an opposing player at risk. Problem is, fans and analysts are pointing to a dozen similar hits this season that went unpunished. Hits with harder helmet contact. Hits that should have drawn flags but didn't. And suddenly the internet is full of side-by-side replays, slow-motion loops, and fan edits highlighting the inconsistency. Social media erupted within minutes of the news breaking. Cowboys hashtags started trending. Fan pages lit up with disbelief. One viral tweet summed it up, "Tell me how this is different than every other play this season." GIFs of the play spread everywhere, and with each replay, the outrage grew. Comment sections went from disbelief to fury. And it didn't stop there. Former players weighed in, analysts on sports talk shows questioned the logic, and even rival fans admitted it looked harsh. Some say this decision came from pressure on the league to be stricter on player safety. And that's a conversation worth having. But fans argue, if you're going to enforce the rulebook like this, enforce it equally. Punishing a Cowboys star while letting similar hits slide earlier? That's the double standard that has supporters seeing red. This isn't just about one player. This isn't just one game. It's about fairness, credibility, and whether the league is calling the plays on the field or in boardrooms. Cowboys supporters are already talking consequences, appeals, legal teams, social campaigns. We're not taking this lying down, one fan page declared. This is about justice for our boy and the integrity of the game. And here's where things get even more fascinating because the timing couldn't be worse. The Cowboys were building momentum heading into the final stretch. Playoff hopes rising. Confidence rising. Then boom, a sudden suspension knocks out one of their key weapons just when they needed him most. Injuries already wear teams down. But losing a star to a league ruling? That's a gut punch. Analysts are debating what this means strategically. Opposing defensive coordinators are gleeful. They're already adjusting game plans. Without that guy, Cowboys' offense changes, one commentator said on air. They lose that mismatch, that X factor. And that's true. Losing talent doesn't just subtract yards, it alters how a team moves, thinks, attacks opponents. That's massive. Now imagine being a Cowboys fan watching all of this unfold. You celebrate a big win on Sunday, confident your team is peaking, then by Tuesday, the league drops a ruling that feels like a gut shot. That's not just disappointing, it feels personal. That's why fan videos are emotional, intense, and countless. clips of fans screaming at TVs, throwing jerseys on the ground, and pledging they'll boycott referees' calls until this is overturned. And because this is Christmas week, it's not just social media, it's sports news all over primetime shows, every podcast talking about it, every highlight show replaying it. Does the NFL regret this? Does it stand by its decision? Only time will tell, but for now, the Cowboys community is unified in fury. There's another layer, league politics. This isn't the first controversial suspension, but it might be the most public one in recent memory. And that's raising questions about consistency. How does the NFL decide what's punishable? Where's the line? And who gets the benefit of the doubt? Fans want answers. They want clarity. They want fairness. And Dallas fans, in particular, feel like they're being singled out. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just a Cowboys problem. This is a football world problem. If the league can suspend a star on Christmas week, the biggest national stage of the year, what does that mean for other players? What does it mean for rivalry games, for historic franchises, for players who already walk a tightrope every snap? Everyone is watching now because this isn't only a Cowboys controversy, it's a league-wide debate about power, enforcement, and accountability. Some experts even predict long-term effects. A sudden surge in appeals. Teams hiring legal advocates. Fans suing for fairness. Entire debates about player discipline policy. We might look back at this moment as the moment that forced the NFL to clarify everything. Or we might see it as yet another confusing chapter in a league with more rules than answers. What we do know right now is the Cowboys are reeling. Fans are fired up. Social feeds buzz non-stop. Analysts can't stop talking about it. And the rest of the NFL is watching carefully. Because when the league makes a call like this and the reaction is this intense, it changes the conversation. It changes expectations. It changes trust. So what's next? Appeals are already in motion. Cowboys coaches are trying to refocus the team. Players are speaking out. Fans are demanding justice. And millions of football lovers are asking the same question: did the NFL screw up, or did they make a bold statement about player safety and consistency? One thing is certain, you won't want to miss the fallout from this. We'll be tracking every update, reaction, and dramatic moment as it unfolds. If you're fired up about this as much as millions of other fans, hit the like button, drop a comment with your take, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe to Cowboys Hub for all the breaking news, explosive reactions, and real talk on everything Cowboys and NFL drama. Because this story is far from over and we're right here for it.